That little face you see there, that was my face at the age of 12.
She travels the world telling her story.
They would beat me with sticks. They would beat me with cables. They would beat me with chains.
Her name is Carla Jacinto.
I'm a human trafficking survivor. I'm 24 years old. They forced me into prostitution starting at age 12.
By her own estimate, she was raped more than 43,200 times by the time she turned 16. After being forced to work as a prostitute for 4 years, she was rescued during a police raid and taken to a shelter. Over several years, she says, she went from being a victim to a trusted volunteer who would help and give advice to other victims. When we first met Carla in early 2015, she was still recovering from her deep emotional wounds and harrowing memories of sexual abuse.
There were people who would laugh at me because I was crying. I had to close my eyes so that I wouldn't see what they were doing to me.
She says she wants the world to know human trafficking is part of today's reality and every child is at risk. Carla says some of the men who abused her were in law enforcement.
The uniformed police officers entered the room we were in. We had to do everything they asked of us. The whole thing lasted 3 or 4 hours.
What was going through your mind at that point, thinking that those who are supposed to protect you were abusing you?
I thought they were disgusting. They knew we were minors. We were not even developed. We had sad faces.
Rosy Orozco, a former Mexican congresswoman who now fights against human trafficking, says men in positions of power were among Carla's worst abusers.
She had clients that were judges, priests, pastors, police, so she knew that she could not run away to go to the authorities.
Now, Carla is not only surviving but thriving, speaking publicly against human trafficking in different countries.
I never imagined that the girl who used to stand up at a corner, wearing short skirts and high heels, the one people would consider a prostitute, would feel so strong. Nowadays, many people are listening to me, and it's not only here in Mexico.
Last July, she told her story to Pope Francis at the Vatican during an international conference about modern-day slavery.
It's one of the greatest experiences I've ever had.
In the end, she says, her main goal is raising awareness and protecting girls and boys so that they don't fall prey to human traffickers like she did. Rafael Romo, CNN, Mexico City.